Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting, myself, Harvey, my heterosexual life mate, David,
Yellow,
and the ever-loving, ever-furry, AJ.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, copyright. Hey, what are you doing? Copyright. Oh, no.
Wait, do you think it's still copywritten?
Oh, good call, yeah.
Because they don't use it anymore.
I feel like somebody somewhere copyrighted, but you're probably right. Like,
well, copyrights last for, I think, a long time to boot.
oh, yeah?
Well,
yeah.
Disney and all that shit's right.
It's 50 years after the copyright holder, or the original copyright holder, is dead or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, you also got to remember, though, there's a difference, and I don't know the details, between a copyright and a trademark.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that either.
I don't know
That's
either.
my point.
I just know there's a difference.
That's true. Good point. Good point.
So I think trademark actually might be something shorter lived, and if once you give it up, it's done for, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I think so. Kleenex, things of this nature.
Yeah, trademark the brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you can figure out, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about trademarks.
No.
Copyrights, that's not
No.
at all.
Though that might be an interesting
That
conversation.
could be a fun game at least.
Yeah,
right?
right?
For sure.
Trademark or copyright?
Yeah. No, we are talking about pets.
Pets.
Yeah.
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 And
It's not an
I had a good
It's not an
chat.
acronym.
Yeah, no, I had a good chat with Shant. I got to let her know we're going to be talking about, wives and things of this nature.
yeah,
Yeah.
how'd she
I
respond?
really hope she doesn't listen to this podcast. I'm going to get punched in the head.
yes, you make such a good pet wife.
I hold all the files.
Well, when you first sent out we need to talk about pets, it just popped in my head like, I know how to be an ass. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're not talking about our wives? Oh, I thought we were talking about those pets.
Right.
No, we're children.
Oh, nice.
Children, like pretty much our pets, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
Essentially.
sometimes.
Oh,
But
they're
no,
so
we're talking
precious.
about- We're talking about
crotch
animal
Pets.
We are talking
Yes.
about animal
Animal
pets.
pets.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rough,
And
rough.
such.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, we're very
Et
big
al.
fans.
Yeah,
Et al. Yeah, we're big fans of pets.
we are.
Yeah.
Um,
We each of us has a pet at our house.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
At least.
if not one.
If
Yeah.
not one. I mean, I probably got some other ones running around. I'm such a hoarder. They're maybe in the walls now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know,
fair.
I'll find them later.
Little moosies.
Yeah.
House hippos.
Actually, that always would scare me whenever I'd watch hoarders and you see those people that they find like dead cat carcasses. I'm like, what the?
They
Yep.
lift up a box and it's
I know.
flat.
Like, how distracted do you have to be to forget? Oh, yeah, there's Larry the cat. Oh my God, this whole time.
Well,
Oh, it's like
you-
that scene in, what was it, Grandma's Boy? I think, where he lifts up the couch.
Oh,
And there's the dead cat under the couch.
so horrible.
Yeah, well, the other thing is you always hear and see pictures about, people open up a house and there's like 4,000 cats or something in the house.
Oh,
like in
yeah,
that case,
yeah.
and you can't even call it a smell because can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
couldn't even.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
that's the fun way to start this
Well,
conversation.
yeah,
We
right.
went negative
Right
real
away.
quick.
There's
Right away to the
there's a
dark.
question I was gonna ask, but we can start there. How many pets is too many pets?
Oh gosh, that's a very subjective question.
I think it is subjective because, it kind of depends on. So, for instance, there is members of my family who live in a house, and they had, because unfortunately one recently passed away, 4 cats, 2, 4, 5, 5 cats.
5 cats.
Yeah, they're down to 4.
Okay.
Like varying ages, like from young to really old, or kind of in the same age range.
I honestly don't know the ages because, again, what happened was it was just there was one cat, and then a sibling had to unfortunately bring a cat because it wasn't working out, and then moved in with another sibling, and now it's just a house with 5 cats.
Gotcha.
Now the house is large; the cats are taken care of. I'm not knocking, but
5
well,
cats.
4 cats now. Not that I'm trying to knock the other cat that passed, but yeah, it's just one of those things.
Is 4 cats too much?
I think so personally, but that
I
is me
think that
personally.
might be too much for me too.
If I had a large, it would probably have to be a pretty big house.
Mm-hmm,
I'd have to have a large enough house and a room that was dedicated to litter, and it would have to have some sort of ventilation. Like, I would have to be a millionaire to own more than 2 cats. Probably.
I would have to double down on that. I agree with you 100%, but I would just fuck it and get one of those robot.
No, don't fuck the cat.
No, don't fuck the cat.
No,
No,
don't
can't do
do
that.
that.
Not allowed to do that.
That's not the right type
That's
of
a bad
pussy.
thing. That's wrong pussy. That's wrong pussy. No, those automatic kitty litter robotic things. That
yeah,
do it for
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
I that's the only way I could own.
I have to
more
admit,
than one cat.
scoopable cat. I am
Yeah.
so I do have one cat.
Sure.
Yeah, and she's old. She's 17, going to pass away any day. Like
man.
miserable day. Well, it's an but we're kind of all ready.
It's
Yeah,
one of those.
accepted.
I
Yeah,
definitely went through that twice not long ago. It's one of those feelings of you don't owe me anything.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a tragic quote
Yes.
unquote
Thank you.
Mhm.
That's
thing,
right.
like,
phrase it. Yeah.
getting hit by a vehicle.
Yes, or
dying
randomly
early in life,
disappearing. Yeah.
which I've had that as well. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my Felix, the recent dog that I had, like, and again, I inherited the puppy, but God, I love that dog, and it was oldish, 13 years, something of this nature. But yeah, it was sucky when he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
I love that dog.
Yeah, he was a great dog.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's more my thing. It's just
But
what does that max?
scooping litter?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I totally got distracted myself. That's my big go-to for any sort of cat litter box. The scoopable clumpy litter.
Yeah, that's what we use.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Which is fine, but like if
You
you
have to
can
ha-
become more efficient and use a robot to
You
do
have
it.
to have a pretty big area to have those robot things, though.
Yeah,
the-
you gotta
the one
have
that
a
I've
decent
seen is like
closet or
this-
something. Yeah.
This big round
Yeah.
fucking thing that, like, after the cat dukes in it or whatever,
It does its whole
it does
process.
a spinny
Yeah.
thing and like sifts out the dookie and
Yeah.
then does its thing and like puts it in a baggie and here you go, master. And gives it
Right, for
kind
sure.
of thing.
For
But
sure.
there's another one that's just like basically it's like that scene in Spaceballs where it's like combing the sand. It's like just a big comb that goes through it and then puts it in like a tray underneath.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just gotta empty the
gotcha.
tray. Yeah. Either way, whatever makes your work a little easier, I think is,
Actually, I don't
good.
mind cat litter. I have to admit, yeah, it's just one of those doesn't bug me.
I think it depends on the type of litter
mm-hmm.
because some of them are very, very bad. It doesn't cover up the smell very much,
Right.
and then all you smell is the ammonias and the doo doo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. Don't get me wrong. And again, for us, yeah, we have the kitty litter downstairs in the washroom, so it's just one of those,
Yeah, that's the thing too. Again, you have to have it in a place where it's either you're controlling the
as
smell
noticeable.
or the smell doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like guests don't go there.
Yeah.
Sort of areas.
Yeah, and that's not good, having to close off parts of your house because of smells of cats. It's been a while since I've had a cat, and I still remember, like, I'm sure I would be more diligent about cleaning the litter and stuff today, but I still feel it's time consuming, and that's why people,
It is
don't want to do it.
For me anyway, I can agree with that it's a job that you end up procrastinating on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have good enough litter, the smell doesn't necessarily bother.
Yeah.
At least
You have to wait until it's like a
at
problem.
least you're nose blind to it if you live in the
Sure.
house. And yeah, so it's like, oh no, the cat duked on the bathroom floor because the litter was not clean.
that's what they always love about
And
cats.
they're covering it up really good, so
Yeah.
it looks like there's not much in there.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I can give it another day.
For sure.
Yeah, I have to admit, I schedule every Saturday,
Man, you're
Saturday
diligent.
morning, kitty litter.
You just
Wow.
do it once a week.
Yeah. I only have one cat.
Nah,
She
Oh,
doesn't-
man, if I don't do it like every 3 days, my cat's a bitch and he'll
Oh, really?
crap right on the floor.
Yeah.
At least it's in the bathroom, like right in
Yeah.
front of the litter box, so
Sure.
it's not in the carpet or anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my cat will
Dude.
do similar. Though I find with my cat, just in the older age, she pukes constantly.
oh yeah,
Mm.
There's always puke, and that is the annoyance.
I think that's just that's one thing you got to get used to with pets is, yep, shit's gonna come out of them.
pets are like kids.
Oh, yeah.
in a lot of respects, really.
for sure.
They
like,
are.
and it's shit's gonna come out of them, and you're
Mhm.
gonna have to deal with it.
Like last night, came back from a long drive, and Jackson, we have a cover on the back of our seat of our truck, and soon as we pull into the driveway, he decides to yak. And
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
okay, yeah. And I was like, couldn't wait, we got inside, but you gotta, let him go through his process. And then, I had a bunch of stuff to bring inside, so we do that, and then I gotta come back out, and this is pets, right? It's what you do. Right?
Yeah.
I guess I could have left it.
But see, it's one thing I've always
No.
loved about Felix. Again, because I hear this a lot from people, and I'm not trying to knock, because Felix was a well-trained,
Mhm.
laid-back puppy, didn't give a flying fuck about anything. I could leave him at home for hours.
Wow.
No problem.
Oh yeah, like we can leave Trapper home. For
Yeah. Yeah.
for a good amount of time. Toby was like that too.
Yeah, okay. Because I've heard this from other people where, yeah, they can't leave the dog for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, my dog Jackson, he
Yeah.
suffers from separation anxiety.
Yeah, because like my mom has a dog like that.
It's sometimes it's a breed thing.
It is a breed thing, but it's also coupled with the fact that a lot of dogs had within the pandemic era, so they've grown very attached with their owners. So it's
maybe
a
that's
development that's happened, which
Yeah, because I have to admit, I loved the dog I had, certainly Felix. I will admit I'm more of a cat guy. I've had cats and rabbits throughout my entire life at some point. But it's always just you can leave them; they're fine.
Yeah,
Like you have to feed, take care, bond. I'm not saying you can leave them for days, but
with our cats, both cats, we did this. If we went up to my mom's in Owen Sound for a day or two.
Oh yeah,
like a night or two, you fill the bowl.
Yes,
because our cats are also our animals. Usually they graze, so we do have a specific time that we will feed them if there's nothing in the bowl.
Yep.
But if they don't finish it, and they'll just come back later.
Yeah.
So we'll just fill a couple bowls with food.
Yep.
A couple bowls with water, and then there you go. Cats.
Oh yeah. Well, whenever we go out, again, my house right now we have the lizard, a rabbit, and the cat. And yeah, I have to admit, for all three of these types of animals, if we're gone for more than a day, just hey mom, I need you to stop by. What does she do? Just drops food into the spots it's supposed to go.
So you have a lizard?
Yes.
What kind of lizard?
A dragon beardy thing.
Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon.
Oh, those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Is yours friendly?
Yeah, well, he's laid back. He doesn't do much.
Yeah, some of them can be dicks.
Yeah, he's not a dick. He'll just sit back and you can take. He'll happily get picked. Well, happily. My finger quotes up. Like, not a huge fan of it, but we'll get picked up.
He'll tolerate it.
Yeah, tolerate it.
Yeah,
go on your shoulder.
I had one that did not like to be picked up.
Oh yeah,
it would do the whole get puffy.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no.
And then you're like, oh, all right, you just do your thing in there.
Wow, that looked way cooler in National Geographic. Now it looks scary.
And I will admit, it's technically not my lizard. Not even technically, it's not my lizard.
It's not my fucking lizard.
No, it's Curtis's lizard.
Oh, right,
yeah. Well, because, and again, like for me personally, growing up, I always had an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Always had something in the house. A cat, a dog, a rabbit, a something.
Yeah, I think the same. I can always remember some sort of pet in our life.
Yeah, I grew up.
I have an animal until 18.
Yeah.
Something like that. We got our first dog.
Nice.
It's funny you say that.
I always wanted a dog, though. Like, always.
Yeah.
Always. My parents were like, no, we're not going to get a dog.
My wife, Becca, similar situation. She grew up in a household that was like no pets at all. And then I think she was 18 or 19. She's like, I want a dog. And I think she's always wanted one.
Right.
And she ended up getting her dog vegan and pretty much raised him very much like you. And was Toby your first dog?
No. Loki.
Loki
was the first dog because I had. What happened was there was a dog that was roaming the neighborhood and she was not fixed, and my cousin had a dog, and it was not fixed, and the girl dog came in the backyard. And then they did the thing that boys and girls dogs do.
Right. They try to jump over each other, but they can't quite make it.
They get stuck, and they keep trying.
They keep trying.
until they give up. They give up.
Moments that I wish we had a camera still.
So we ended up adopting the lady dog because we were like, hey, we have this dog, and it keeps coming around, and nobody was, hey,
nice.
It's our dog. So and then we found out it was pregnant. We're like, well, fuck. So I kept one of the baby dogs.
Nice. So you right from birth. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I flicked him on his bum because he wasn't breathing when he came out.
Oh wow.
Because animals sometimes you'll lose one.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was like,
not today.
Not today, Satan.
Not dynamite watch.
No.
Nice.
And I flicked him on the bum. He was the only. He was cool. He was the only brown one out of black and whites.
Aw,
yeah, it was
cute.
weird. So I was like, no, you're my dog. I'm gonna keep you weirdo.
Yeah, very nice.
And he wasn't like the runt or anything, but I was like,
he was
weird
just
fucking loner dog. He was a good dog though, man. He was a husky border collie.
Oh, nice.
He was a cool dog. And he did the old age thing. He ended up he was like 17 or 18 and he broke his leg.
Yeah.
And the doctor
Oh.
was like, it's not gonna heal. He's so fucking old. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's
Gotta
time to say
amputate.
goodbye.
Wait, what?
Right.
That's where we're
No.
going with this.
Well, that's the thing too, right? It's like, well, do you amputate an old dog's leg?
Yeah.
Or do you just like,
Let them go.
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those kind of things. But he, again, a situation where it's like didn't owe us anything,
right.
Yeah.
sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a cool dog.
Wow.
Yeah. No, yeah, because that's one thing I have to admit though, because for a lot of the animals when I was younger, we always lost them or they passed. It always seemed like really early. It wasn't until I got older that they seemed to always last forever and ever.
I would agree with our situation too. I wonder why. I'm guessing I did not live in an environment that was conducive for pets.
Oh yeah, well it's like, I even remember like one of my favorite cats growing up, and you might remember this damn cat. I loved I forget the name, of course.
Yeah.
But at any rate, she would go in and out of the window of my bedroom. It was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, just like
Yeah, she was in
outside to inside.
outside,
Yeah,
inside.
Great tabby.
Yeah.
Super independent.
That's just it. Super independent. She would do lovely things like bringing in half dead mice. That was always
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
But
No.
yeah, those were always fun. But she was such a great cat because again, I never had litter because she would just go fucking outside.
all the time, yeah.
Her and I had a good unspoken agreement. I would have food. I would do that and water. But yeah, never had to worry about litter or any of
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Did she ever? I'm curious. I can't remember. Did she sleep with you? Like, did she sleep in your bed or anything like that with you?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that was the one joke I always love, and Shan loves it too, because Shan would come, spend the night. And if her parents are
would
listening,
come over to do
just
homework.
chit chat. Yeah, chit chat.
Yeah.
And anytime she would, the cat would come in and start to scratch her. Apparently, I slept through it, but apparently there was moments where Shan literally got out of the bed and lied on the floor with because she's like got pissed off with the cat constantly
Oh my
scratching.
God.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, cats will do weird things, man.
Well, they're crazy.
Oh. Sorry, but the cat's doing weird things. When we got Felix, that lovely dog, my cat, or the cat that we have, LSD, she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find her. Then finally found her downstairs hiding. Did
Right.
not like that. Even though the dog didn't give a flying F about the cat, she just was not happy about this. A couple of days, and still though, we keep in the dog. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 days later, I wake up to getting pissed on.
Oh.
Basically, I think that was her way of telling me, "Fuck you, David."
Oh yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Like, fucking my cat will do shit like that. He'll like when he doesn't. He'll do stuff when he's like not getting attention.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just like look at you and just pee right in the middle of the bed.
Yeah.
Just like full eye contact. Like, fuck you, do something about it, right? Like, it's already happening, motherfucker. But we lost York once. He fucked off for a week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he came back.
Nice.
It
Nice.
was weird. Nikki was like, "I'm just gonna sleep on the couch and leave the back door open." Fortunately, it was in the summertime. She's like, "I'm gonna leave the back door open and see what happens."
Yeah.
Yeah. Motherfucker comes waltzing in the door.
Jeez.
A week later. doo-doo-doo.
What? I just went out for a walkabout.
Yeah.
So
Settle down.
He's grounded from outside now. I can't trust him
He's
because it was
had
one of
too
those
much.
things where he was being cool if we let him outside. He
Yeah.
wasn't like running away, like bolting or anything like that.
Yeah.
He was just kind of exploring and whatnot. And then it was one of those turn your back for 2 seconds,
yeah.
turn around, poof, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows what kind of shenanigans he.
Yeah.
I
He was
cat-like
exploring the
craziness,
world.
You know.
Well,
Yeah.
he still has his testiculars as
Uh-huh.
well, so he may have.
Uh-oh.
I just think of the episode of South Park and Cartman's cat. I'm sure there was lots of crazy shit that York was up to. For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, he had his week.
Nice.
There you go.
But yeah, I think that's the only animal I've ever lost.
Oh, I've lost a few. Yeah.
That
like
have come back?
physically like poof gone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sunshine, my old cat Sunshine, lost him a number of times, but he came home eventually. It's happened. Yeah, there's been a few other
Yeah.
cats, that I've.
Yeah.
Dogs typically not. Dogs are
No,
I-
I've
yeah.
never lost a dog. For
no, they
Oh,
yeah.
sure. We had a cat fly off a balcony once.
nice.
Not fly, but
I'm-
so we had this cat, and it had the big chubbly fat, and we lived on the second story, and there's a balcony. It's an apartment, and it jumped onto like the railing
Mhm.
part.
Yep,
Because cats do that.
they can do that. Yep.
But
Oh,
it
no.
It kept going.
Shit.
Because of fat.
He did not count for a center of gravity.
Inertia.
Yeah.
So on and so, yeah.
Shit.
Fortunately, we found him kind of hiding in one of the little corners by the building because he was scared shitless.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I think
How
that's
high up were you?
second floor.
Okay.
So it wasn't
Okay.
that like
Still impressive.
Yeah.
like you could jump from the balcony to the ground and it wouldn't.
You might hurt yourself, but it
You-
won't
you
be
might-
like you're not
you know,
dying.
You might twist your ankle a little bit.
Okay, I would say, like teenager Dave could have done that.
Yeah.
Oh, a teenager
40
person?
Dave?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I would break every
Oh, no.
bone in my body just
For
thinking
sure.
about it.
But yeah. Oh no. I lost a salamander once.
Okay.
Yeah, it got out
Where?
of its in my room.
Okay.
It got out of its tank.
Oh,
Apparently they can do that.
wow. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of this. Like I had it all, set up properly and everything like
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
yeah.
salamanders they like to come out of the water and sit on
Mhm.
rocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it got out
Hmm.
and I never did find it.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
There's salamander.
legit did?
There's a salamander bone.
salamander jerky somewhere in the house I used to live in.
Well, unless he
when I
figured
was
out his
growing
way
up.
out of the house, maybe
Yeah,
he
I
just
don't- I don't
he's
know.
a free wheeling walking
I don't know if he was
salamander.
I don't know if he was for that climate.
What's his name?
I
his name?
named him. I named one Lucky and one Sam
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice.
because Lucky had one eye.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
Lucky and Sam, if you're out there, your dad AJ still loves you. Did you want to say anything to them? They're not a sponsor, by the way. We
They're
just
not a
Well, you only
Not
lost
his
one of them,
sponsor.
though, right? Or did you lose both?
No, I lost one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What
Which
happened
one? I
to
think
the
the
other
other
one?
one died
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because it was lonely.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
So
that's,
lonely.
that's the thing for sure.
That's okay.
I can't seem to keep reptiles or amphibians alive. I have a bad track record.
Oh.
with
They are
those.
not the pets for you.
Mammals I can do.
yeah.
Mammals apparently I can keep them alive until they just fall apart.
Yeah, which is good.
But reptiles I've had salamanders and then I had a Chinese water dragon and he died. And and I had a chameleon and yeah, he died.
oh my god. I mean, I guess everything dies eventually, but
Yeah. You might want to stay away
Well,
from
no,
the
I think
gizzards and stuff.
I think the chameleon was just lack of knowledge
Mm.
in owning one and caring for one.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because they're quite particular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like bearded dragons are the easy ones apparently.
Yeah, you just
You
need
throw
the
some
lights.
sand, throw
Yeah.
some sand in a thing, lights,
Yep.
maybe a little enclosure,
Really?
like a little
Oh.
rock that they can kind of
Yep, that's what we do.
one of those kind of things,
Huh.
and they're fucking good to go.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
I
Yep.
thought they were
And you
more
feed
than
them
that.
crickets or mealworms.
Yep, we do a little bit of both.
Do you
Yep.
shake the calcium? You put the calcium on them?
So we have the calcium.
Yeah.
And I would say it maybe isn't done as often as it's supposed to be, but it is done
Yeah.
periodically.
Mm.
Yeah. I will admit, and again, it's not my responsibility. Both
Fair
my
enough.
kids.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
For sure.
The rule I have in the house is, your pet.
Yeah,
That means
you
you
take care
care
of it.
for your
Yeah.
pet. You
Mm.
clean the cage, you feed it, you do all these things. That is your pet.
Yeah.
Do you guys can you train them to do anything?
A bearded
Just curious.
dragon?
Yeah, just
No.
curious. I don't know.
Uh,
You
Or at
train
least we have it.
Reptiles, anything?
I think it's more used to Curtis. Like I know back when it was still very young and small. Because again, it's also a bearded dragon that hasn't got super large. It's
Okay.
just a normal sized bearded dragon.
Yeah, it
Like
could
half
be.
a
I
foot
think
ta-
I think the
long or
males
something.
are smaller than the females.
Mm.
In,
Something
in-
like this.
Usually in the animal kingdoms.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
But yeah, so yeah, I could see it being. I don't know if you can train just like it's almost like training a cat.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not
yeah.
really training a cat,
But
as
I
if
think-
you're learning how to communicate with them.
I think you can have it become accustomed
Yes.
Okay.
to routine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And certain scenarios, certain people.
Yep.
So yeah, like if your son handled it a lot
He does.
more and handles it a lot more,
Hold
then
on.
yeah, it would be more comfortable with that person.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think you can. I think you can entice them to do certain things
Yeah.
That I love to do.
with food and
Crickets.
yeah.
And only I do this apparently, but I love it. Where I'll sit there and I'll take the cricket and I'll hold it and I'll wait for him to come and go. I guess the tongue out, and I let go of the cricket right into his tongue.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
they're cool.
mealworms. Sorry, I do it with the
Yeah.
mealworms too.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, it was fascinating watching because bearded dragons and chameleons they catch food differently. Right? I
Mhm.
think bearded dragons, like a lot of litters, still have a sticky tongue,
Yes.
Okay.
but they don't.
Yeah, they don't do that
That's
thing.
usually a chameleon thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, watching a chameleon do that is fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And the
for
way
sure.
they walk
Yeah.
and their tails and stuff. Like they're really cool creatures. If I had the resources to do such a thing, I would probably get a chameleon again.
Nice.
Just because they fascinate me.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they're a wonderful animal of that species.
I'd
Some
interact with it more though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have to admit, when it comes to lizards, fish,
Mm-hmm.
I just, it's not a me thing. I want something I can
fish-
cuddle with.
Fish I find
Yeah.
to be well. See, yeah, I get the cuddling part. At least you can interact with most domesticated lizards.
Sure.
Some snakes,
Mm-hmm.
but fish I find to be kind of pointless.
Well, my thing is, I have plenty of friends and have had plenty of friends. Shout out to Ruth. Remember her?
I
big,
remember
display?
Ruth.
Yeah, remember her big
Yeah,
saltwater
right.
I was
display
gonna say, what are you
she had.
about to describe? Her big.
No, she had a massive saltwater tank on display with a lot
Right.
of
There were-
tropical fish in it. Like
Yeah.
she worked really
There were
hard
like
on it.
anemones and there
Yeah,
and stuff
mhm.
like that.
And my boy Dave, shout out to Dave. He also he's got a wonderful tank going on, and I have other friends that have done that, and I love looking at them. I think they're really fun to see fish and things do that, whatever they do in the tank. However, when I hear the stories of the maintenance, and I've had to maintain a couple myself in my day,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, it's
Well,
too much work to keep them alive. Fuck it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I even such a small thing like a betta fish.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I got one for my wife a while back, a couple years ago.
what were you trying to tell her?
Here's a fish. I love you. Have
I
a
love
fish.
you. Have a fish.
No, she really wanted one, so
Oh,
I
nice.
got one for like anniversary present or some silly thing. And we had it in the small, like
Yeah.
betta fish thing, but they were like, no, that's not cool. So we got it a bigger tank with a filter and all that fun stuff. But it's still you still gotta clean the tank,
Mhm.
clean the rocks,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and do all that kind of stuff, and then you gotta upset the fish. You gotta take the fish out and then put the fish back, and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
that stresses the creature out, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's a
know.
no for me. I had a
it's
buddy.
a lot of like dogs and cats are a lot of work too, but
Sure are.
They cuddle.
they're not as difficult.
I
as,
think the reason why that is,
these
I know,
things.
Dave, you want to get on a point. I want to get to it. I think the reason why is because your dogs and cats and even lizards to a degree or whatever, they kind of walk in step with you. So you can only ignore them for so long.
Yeah.
A tank, you're still looking at it at a tertiary point of view. So,
yeah.
unless you're really diligent on it, it's easy to let it slip by.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just my theory.
No, my only thing was I had a buddy back in the day. He had a tank, very beautiful setup.
Hmm.
I always remember going to his house and, took a look at the tank. I'm like, I don't see any fish. He goes, oh, yeah, I don't want fish. I just make the pretty tank. So he had all the rocks, everything.
People will do that with like coral and stuff.
Yes.
Like, they'll actually
Okay.
like
Well,
living plants.
Yeah,
like,
Cora's living plant. I could
Yeah,
see-
he had nothing
yeah,
living.
stuff like that.
He just
Huh.
wanted something that looked pretty, but didn't want to actually have anything to care
Okay.
for.
Is it trying to press chicks? Like, what the? Okay, all right.
It was great. I loved
I
it.
love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like,
wanna
you
do
can put
something
fake
like
fish
that,
in there?
You get the ones that like clean the tank. Like,
Yeah.
like shrimps.
Yeah.
And the sucky fish.
Yeah, I
That,
just
like,
do the screensaver.
Munch on all the stuff.
The screensaver.
So get a TV. What you do is you get a TV and you put it in a fish tank, and you make it all like so
That's
you can't
exactly
see
it.
the
Done.
bevel of the TV.
Sold.
And then you just
I love
you
it.
put it on the fish channel.
Done.
I'm done. There you go. Fish for life. I love it.
Oh man.
That's great.
In my younger days, had I thought of that? Because we always thought, put a TV in a fish or a fish tank in a TV, like those old console TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a fish tank in there.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
put a
cool idea.
TV.
In the
fish
fish
tank.
tank.
Only you knew that TVs were going to be
If
this
only
damn
we had
small,
the
right?
if we had the technology.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Hilarious. Yeah, so I like fish. I don't have it in me to, like you. I don't have it in me.
I wouldn't even say I like them.
I
just-
I'm-
To me, there's two types of fish: the fish that I catch and release, and the fish that I catch and eat.
Gotcha.
yeah, I think
All right.
they look cool sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like going to an aquarium, fish museum,
Mm-hmm.
and having a look at the fishes there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's but
I will admit there are some cool looking ones.
Mm.
Yes.
but then it can be done.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yay, I saw
Okay.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now we're done.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the aquarium's one of those the only places like a zoo or something you can go to and come out of and be like, I'm hungry for a fish now.
I mean, a
You
little
don't come
slice
out
of
of the zoo-
stingray
You
pie.
don't come out of
That's
the
actually a
zoo
good
saying,
idea.
I'm hungry for panda.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get
Yeah,
some
you don't walk
Kentucky
into the
Fried
zoo
Ling
like,
Ling.
oh, I definitely need me some wine today.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But like I could imagine like because you associate the food with the fish,
Yep.
Mhm.
and a lot of fish look similar.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I have a
Fishy-
craving for
fishy-
breaded.
I was
Fish
like,
equals food.
fish
Shrimp.
chips right now. Bread and shrimp. Do it. Yeah.
But-
for sure.
I'm munchie.
Are you guys fans of birds as pets?
Again, it's one of those fun to look at, not to own things for me.
Mhm.
If birds didn't go tweet, then maybe.
Got their vocal box out.
But fuck. Well, because again, you can't. It's not like a dog. Like
Yeah.
you can train a
you can't say
dog
quiet.
to shush.
Yeah.
Well, you can train birds to do that. That is a possibility.
You put the cover on.
There's a cover thing, but
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
actually also like
It depends
through
on the
training.
bird.
Yeah.
All those different things play.
Mm.
possible.
But birds are more
can't-
likely to just continue to be.
Agreed.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't
And the
toss them either. They come right back. And no birds were harmed in the making of this podcast. This is all jokes, people.
That's right.
Yeah,
But-
no, the funny thing for birds is because I have one of the new people that we've hired, and he has a bird. We're all work from home now, and it's hilarious. Every time we get in a chat, yeah, in the back, he goes, I swear he's normally quiet. We're like, so what? He just bitches when we're talking? He goes, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could facilitate it, maybe I would get one of them's cool ones, like an African gray parrot.
Oh yeah,
that are
yeah,
like
yeah.
super duper duper smart.
Mm-hmm. And they
So
live for
it's-
like 100 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
but they're not. Yeah, because some parrots are just kind of dumb,
Yeah,
and they
definitely.
just like repeat you.
If I was to own a bird, it'd probably be in the parrot family for similar reasons.
But like an African gray, they are like having a toddler
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
just mentally.
Hmm.
They're very sharp, very
Yeah.
intelligent. I was watching this one TikTok where guy teaches the bird, like asks it what materials different things are made out of. Like he'll tap and be like, "Hey, what's this made of?" And the bird will look at it, glass,
Wow.
right? Next
Yeah.
thing, metal.
Yeah.
You know, kind of. It's like, holy fuck! Like
Nice.
there's something there, right? It's not just. I don't think it's.
Not just
a
repetition.
thing.
Yeah.
There's something. There's a.
They're learning. There's an actual act of
Yeah.
learning. Yeah, for sure.
Or yeah, some
Understanding.
birds you can teach it to mimic you, but that's
Yes.
kind of as far as it will go.
Case in point, shout out my friend Dave and Nancy. They both own birds, and they taught their bird Oppenheimer how to sing the Star Wars.
Oh, yeah?
Sith theme.
Really? That is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
And does it do it on command or does it do it?
Well, no,
randomly?
more randomly. So it's a work in progress. But you know, one
No.
day I remember we were taking
No.
care of him, and all of a sudden he's like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, that's amazing.
cool. That's cool.
That's
but at the
amazing. To
same
do it on
time, if
command would
it's
be better.
doing it randomly, then it's
It's a little
Or like it's like basically it's like, oh yeah, no, I figured it out. I'm just not.
You want
doing
some more?
it.
I was
I'm
gonna
not-
call.
I'm not
It's
dancing,
random.
monkey.
Yeah. The bird's not doing it randomly. The bird's just waiting for the attention it wants.
sounds
Right,
like sounds
right.
like sounds like my kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm listening,
Oh yeah.
and I know what you want, but
Yeah.
unless you make me pay attention, no.
No,
no,
I'm
no,
fine.
no,
Yep.
no,
It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's you have to be careful though too, because if you like teach them cuss words or like certain phrases or
Hmm.
they have an attitude, that's just
For sure.
that's it.
Well,
The
yeah.
bird is now programmed
Yes.
for the next 85
Yeah,
years
to be
to say fuck
to
you.
call
dick.
somebody a motherfucker.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
You
What's
can't
funny is
take that
I
back.
would love that as an
I know. I would love it too.
I'm sure it would be okay.
I
mean,
love when you see those birds. I'm like, "Motherfucker," they're freaking out. They're like, sound like they're swearing up. And
Yeah.
stuff. I think it's hilarious. I think it's, which is probably why I shouldn't own one.
Yeah. I mean, you can own one. Just don't have small children come to your house with
Yeah.
the birds around.
Yeah. Well,
That's a good
yeah, that's
point,
fair.
That's the other thing too. I would say with birds, especially more than any other plant. I mean, you have to make your space more accommodating for any pet.
Yeah.
But for birds, it's like an extra mile you gotta go, right? There's certain things, certain airborne things you can't have because certain birds are very sensitive.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
certain things, like you can't have like Teflon products or certain scents or certain
Cats.
Yeah, cats. Exactly.
It's funny you
Yeah.
say cats. Yeah, going back, I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, maybe, when I still have this memory. Come home with my mother. She'd got me a kitten, I don't know, maybe a week earlier. The cat ate her bird.
Oh,
Or attacked the bird. I don't know if it truly ate it.
Whoa.
And my mother freaking out. What does she do? She throws the cat out the front door.
Wow.
She calms down, apologizes, and I don't know, my memory maybe is incorrect. She opens up the door expecting the cat to be there, and of course the cat is gone. We go
Yeah.
searching, and cat's gone. Yeah, I always remember that one. But then I have to give credit because she got me a new cat like 3 days later, and that cat, Ethy, God, I had that thing forever. I learned an important lesson with kitty cats.
Huh.
They are lovely. They're soft. They do love attention to a certain extent. They don't like being thrown onto a bedspread that's drying. Even though as a kid I thought it was enjoying it. I honestly thought it's one of those moments that I have clear memory of, because I was throwing the cat up on the bedspread that was hanging there, and the cat would stick to it with the nails. I thought she was enjoying it like I was enjoying. Like, woo! Look at your magic power! Woof! Look at your magic power! And of course, what happens? One of the throws, whoosh! Cat falls, and I'm like, oh, you missed. And then I realized what actually has happened, because the cat's not only fallen, there's blood. Pulled out the nail.
Oh no.
Maybe
Oh
two.
my God.
And it was one of those moments where I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I hurt the kitty cat.
Yeah.
And I learned the important lesson that day.
That's-
I no longer
Oh,
threw
no.
cats.
Cats were harmed in the making of this podcast.
They were.
they
They
were.
were, damn it.
Yeah. Well, one. I only harmed the one. But yeah, it was that important. And it was just that click. I still
You
remember.
were young though, and you didn't.
I was
get
5
it.
or 6.
Okay,
I can't remember.
We'll see that.
Yeah, I was young.
You weren't being malicious.
No. I was just being stupid. I still remember going upstairs to my mother, and I'm freaking out about what I've just done. And she rightfully, said, David, you've done the wrong thing. And then I can still remember, I went and slept downstairs with the kitty cat that night as an
Aw,
apology.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, it's just I look back on it. I was like, fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. I have had purposely to kill a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
That was my sister's mouse, because it was dropped or something, or the cage fell over, and the mouse was still alive, but it was only twitching.
Yeah.
It was
it's
really
time to
yeah.
go.
And so
yeah,
we
that's
took
hard.
so we purposely put that one out. But yeah.
I saw a skunk kind of doing that one day on our street. It was in the summertime here. It was like running around in like circles by the curb on the road, and it wasn't like running out into the road or anything, but it was like literally in this one area.
Just in
It
circles.
was doing it, just like get up on the sidewalk and then like fall off
Oh
onto the road, and then I guess it was hanging out in one of our across the street neighbors, just like in the doorway.
Oh, that
And
sucks.
and it wasn't like gonna spray or anything like that. It like just legitimately looked confused. And I guess skunks and raccoons and stuff like that can get distemper, which is like a shot that you get a distemper shot for your dog
Yeah, okay.
or an outdoor cat if you have an outdoor cat.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it kind of just makes them go loopy until they
Oh, really?
Wow.
all over.
I always remember the rabies. The
yeah.
rabies.
the rabbits,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, I always remember. Yeah, you know what's funny about and again, I'm not trying to knock rabies. It is something you need to be careful of depending on where
Legit,
you are, what you're
sure.
doing. Yeah. I always remember the story, the rabies story. I can't remember the author, and it had the dog with the bubbles around its
Stephen
mouth.
King.
Old Yeller.
No.
Cujo.
No. It's just literally it's a small kid's book.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll find this.
Sure.
I'm going to search
I feel
for
like
this.
that would be like some sort of adaptation of Old Yeller or something.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Because didn't Old Yeller have the rabbits?
I think
yeah,
it was
that was it.
no.
They take him out back.
I think the
Yeah.
book was actually more about the guy who found how to combat rabies.
Oh,
okay.
A part of it, I always just remember the one picture of the dog with the foamy mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Rabies McRaberson.
I feel like I know the cover because I remember
I don't.
being fearful of rabies because of a certain picture. Obviously, Cujo. Fucking Cujo.
You know what it was called? Clifford's bad day.
Man, could you imagine if Clifford got fucking rabies? Holy shit. Holy God.
Right?
Taking down buildings full of people.
Talk about fucking kaiju.
I-
You need the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. On
Oh my
that
God,
shit.
there's a fucking kaiju we gotta make, man.
Clifford the Big Red Dog
On
versus the
rabies.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oy vey. But while the two of you were bringing
Yes.
that, I found the book.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, The Value of Believing in Yourself, the story of Louis Pasteur.
That does not sound like a
Oh.
story about rabies at all. That does
Rabies
not.
is in it, yeah.
he was the rabies guy.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, I know
I
the
didn't know
name.
that.
Louis
I knew he was
Pasteur.
like the guy who figured out like
Yeah, shit.
Pasteurization
It's fun
and
looking
shit.
at these pictures. This is great. This is exactly what I remember as
Awesome.
a kid.
I like
Yeah.
doing that when I see like old books of stuff when I was a kid. I was like, oh
How
yeah.
do you think they figured out pasteurization? Did they like boil a cow,
Yeah, probably.
like a whole entire
just
cow? And
Through
they were
it.
just
Like, you know what? Let's just throw in there. If it doesn't
Let's see what
die,
happens.
it's not a witch.
I found the picture that's the picture I had
Which
in my
cow?
brains.
Oh yes.
Let me see the rabies dog.
That's definitely another picture that I had in my head that terrified me, by the way. Nice little animation.
What's going on in its fucking tummy there?
Well, it's telling the story about the rabies that has invaded them and all that because it was the kids. Either way, you have to read the whole book. Now I actually want to go find this damn book.
Oh,
Yeah.
reading a book about rabies.
Well, no, it's more about the doctor solving it. There was another one too. My mom got me back in those days.
Mm.
Because again, I love my mother. Mother, if you're listening to this, I love you. She loved randomly, but this is more back in the 80s.
Mhm.
Door to door
Mhm.
was very common.
Yep.
And often when they were selling, they weren't often selling just a product. You know, sign up. You get this for free,
Yeah.
and then, you know,
Yeah.
we'll sign you up to a monthly program. And if you don't want it, you can send it back.
Yeah, my mom did a book thing like that too, and I don't remember what publishing company it was, and it was like just the randomest stories.
Hmm.
Like they weren't popular
Yeah.
children's stories or
Mhm.
versions of popular children's stories. They were like original.
Hmm.
They were weird. What was it called?
Yeah.
The Muffin Muncher or some shit.
That was definitely the 80s.
I don't know if that was a kid's book, man.
Yeah, yeah. Was that,
No,
was that in
it
the
was-
triple X section or?
No, it was like this crazy dragon thing. That
Oh
ate-
yeah,
ate
crazy dragon
muffins.
tattoo. Okay.
Yeah.
I like to pretend I'm a dragon as I'm eating them. Oh, God. I get in trouble if I start
Listen,
breathing
if
fire,
you-
though.
If we're gonna keep talking about dragons eating muffins, we gotta.
Mommy and Daddy,
What?
we're playing dragons again.
Oh, fuck.
I think Dragons and Muffins is the adult version of Dungeons and Dragons.
Speaking to pets and speaking to fucked up books.
Wow, that's an amazing segue. Go on, AJ.
I have this book that I had when I was a kid. It's called Lizzie's Lion. I think I've mentioned it before. It's about this girl who has a lion as a pet,
Hmm.
right? And one night, a burglar breaks in, and she sicks the lion on him, and like the lion eats him and shit.
Nice.
It's a children's book.
Is it in the Bible?
Old Testament. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
No, I'll show you when you drop me off, dude. It's like, it's one of those books. Like, how the fuck did this?
Come out, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
get
wonder.
that, like,
Yeah.
because the way it's presented, it's all cutesy and the art's all fun and.
Oh, yeah, we did talk
it's
about
a
that
little.
one.
It's a little dark, but
Well, it's because as soon as you brought that up, I'm like, we have spoken this because it's
Yeah.
Dr. Zeus. He has the odd book, which you look back at in retrospect and you're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but no, this one was like, yeah, the fuck.
Yeah.
He's
Definitely
lying.
80s. Definitely 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got away with a lot in the 80s. I didn't think about it at the time, obviously. But now looking back, like, holy
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
It was like the last bit of the Wild Wild West,
Like
if you think
free-for-all,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, even in the 80s, like, because the rules were starting to change. I think that's more what it is. We've said it before a million times. We have that perfect timeline where we sort of popped out, literally,
Ding.
as things started to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, really, really
It was,
change.
it was the Reagan days.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This isn't about pets. But
What?
but yeah, that's when I think things started to get a little more conservative.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Like more so than obviously, 50s and 60s and 70s
Mhm.
where things were still pretty conservative, but yeah, it seemed to go the other way, or at least go more like the underground scene definitely went underground,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't as
Well, even just thinking back to pets,
free.
if you think about pet care then versus now, right? It's
not
not
even
even the same thing.
just pet care, but
just
pet,
the way we
pet
think of pets.
products in general.
Yes.
And yeah.
Like
Yeah.
superstores dedicated to
Yeah.
pets.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're busy and they're growing.
Mhm.
Like,
Superstores dedicated to pets and the clothing that people put them in.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
I couldn't do that.
Well,
I have to.
Yeah.
You.
I mean, yeah, that's for sure.
That's a no for me.
But you know what? There's reasons for that. I'm married. That's the reason. Moving on.
We're not.
No,
We're not. We don't have or have had dogs.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Can I tell you? I don't know. It's just something we do. You know, he dresses up reluctantly.
He dresses up.
So
He
I will admit,
dresses up.
actually, I will admit, I have participated with my family in dressing up animals, like to get pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
I have done that.
Yeah.
But if it's just normal every day, even going out, no.
Extreme colds. I do have boots for him because there are studies out there that show the salts and the things like that are not good for dogs' paws.
I can see that.
So that's why I do
Yeah,
that.
so
I
And
could definitely
when he's pretty slim in the fur department because we've got him we got him trimmed up. Probably throw like a vest or something like that if we're going for like a long walk.
I just
It's around
love the way
block,
you
fuck
described
that.
this from the start. I love it.
That's it. You know? This is-
and then in the really cold
I
days,
have
we
them-
put a
really
little
cold days.
toque
Yeah,
on him.
I have him registered at one of the higher class daycares to ensure
Yeah.
that he really gets the
But-
education.
But here's the thing: we're having this kind of conversation. We talk like this in the '80s.
oh
like,
god,
we
no.
didn't fucking-
If you
even
talk
on
like
it.
this in the '80s, they would just be like, "Okay, crazy fucker."
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Mind you, we're still calling you a crazy fucker, but now it's just more of us
No,
poking
but
fun.
you'd be like like a rich frou-frou person if
Yes,
you were like
you'd
dressing your
have to
dog
be.
up and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that
Right.
back in the
Right.
80s.
Now
it-
it's more common.
Yeah, to be honest, now when I see a dressed up dog or anything, yeah, I okay, sure, it's another dressed up dog. I personally no, I'm
Sure.
no, but
No,
It-
I'm a dog. I'm a dog comes with clothes person.
Yeah.
like you have clothes on.
Yeah.
If you were one of them's naked cats or some shit, maybe I'd
But
feel
that's the
bad.
thing.
Give you a sweater.
Some
Yeah.
dogs are thinly furred and do require.
Okay, maybe if it
certain
was like
things, right?
a chihuahua that's,
Chihuahua.
that's not supposed to be in this
But
climate to
there's
begin with.
Also,
Yes.
there's other dogs too. I'm trying to think of what I saw the other day. Like greyhounds have very thin fur.
Mhm.
They
Well,
belong.
you know what?
And they're super skinny dogs.
Yeah.
too.
So clothing does make sense for certain breeds and certain
Clothing for
Yeah.
purpose. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to
What, you think I
I'm
just fucking dress? Oh, Jackson, I want to see you in a cute outfit today. No,
we
what
know
the
you
fuck
do.
Yeah,
We
for
know
sure.
you do.
Although my wife and I were out shopping a couple weeks ago.
I have pictures. As a matter of
That's
fact.
true. Well, that was Halloween, sir. That was Halloween. And yeah, but she was like, it was funny because we were in I don't know where we were, but she wanted to get him an outfit that looks like Santa walking, right? One of
Oh,
those
okay,
silly
yeah,
things,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, it's so cute. We should go." I'm like, I mean, I don't think he thinks it's cute. I think he thinks it's fucking stupid. But
I think he thinks it's fucking inconvenient.
yeah, exactly. It's like,
Why?
But-
why?
you want to do it for the lols? You want to do it for the memes? And all right, I guess that's where we're gonna do it. So,
Nice.
it's like, yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
But not just that, but everything like you said, fancy dog hotels. There's
Yeah.
just
It is
things
a
that we
thing.
do.
They have
you
some
know?
crazy shit.
Yeah.
For pets,
And also the
pet
care and
owners.
love. I think a lot of history, we had an idea of how animals like operated and work. We were wrong.
How sentient they are.
Yeah.
I guess is
And now we're understanding, oh shit, they're fucking way more sentient and
Oh, yeah.
evolved than
there's
we give
there's
credit
some
for.
shit. Yeah, like with Toby,
Mm.
love that dude.
Mhm.
He when Nikki had her appendicitis
Mhm.
and we didn't know about it, he stayed by her side for literally
Yeah.
24 hours. I had to like push him out the door
Mm-hmm.
to get him to go pee.
Yeah.
He would not move.
It's amazing.
And,
eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sure Trapper knows that there's a
Oh.
baby.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
That stuff's not lost on them. That stuff
No.
like
He
yeah.
smells something or he hears two heartbeats going on. Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
or some shit
Something's
like
throwing them up.
Super dog hearing.
that. Yeah.
Like, what the
So
fuck
it's-
is that?
It's a
What a
weird.
smell.
Or there's like those cats that they have at like some nursing homes that'll go and sit on the end of a bed of a person who's about to pass
Mhm.
away.
Mm.
Actually, I had a cat, probably been like 15 or 16 years old, who, for whatever reason, I'm not sure what happened, got into something outside for what wanted to die in my bed. So he literally crawled to the foot of my bed, laid there, and then I just laid with him as he passed away.
I think with cats, at least they want to do one of two things. They either
Eat.
want to when they're dying,
Oh, okay.
they either want to fuck off
Mm.
and go somewhere not around
Anything. That's what I've
Family?
experienced.
Yeah.
kind of thing, or the exact opposite, and they want to go somewhere comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They want to go somewhere where they find is the most comfortable
Yeah.
spot
Yeah,
and give it up that way.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they just have heart attacks. I had one cat do that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to jump up on a chair. Me and my buddy were hanging out at the table,
Yeah.
shooting the shit or whatever, and cat comes over and jumps up on the chair and gets about halfway up and just
That sucks.
Wow.
and he was young.
That sucks
Yeah.
a lot.
It was weird. I think he was just a stressed cat.
Mm.
It was like, dude, this cat was like always jacked, like always flexing. Like you would touch the cat and the cat was like hard. Like
Yeah,
not-
I
like,
got
don't-
you.
Pure
don't-
muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like don't give me that
Not
look. you
flaccid. He's
motherfucker.
not flaccid. He's not a
No,
soft
but, like,
cat.
it was like
He's a hard
it was like
pussy.
one of those
Is what you're
dudes-
saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rock hard pussy.
Rock
Okay.
hard pussy. It was like one of those dudes who would just, you'd see him and it almost looks like he's walking around
Yes.
flexing all the time.
I can't get through the doorway.
Like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
always just like, yeah, all right, guys. Yeah, so I think he was just,
Well, listen, when you give cats steroids, like I know you do, AJ.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna bow to have a jacked up cat.
I was trying
and,
to get,
he's gonna die of his heart
I was
attack.
trying to see if I could get like a Ninja Turtle thing.
Oh,
going.
yeah?
Like,
Nice.
a mutant cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted a samurai pizza cat. so
so
wait a second. So wait a second. You don't give cats steroids and give them diets that solely consist of Domino's pizza.
That's how you do it.
That's
Yeah,
not what you do.
No.
No,
That will
not.
give them heart
That'll
attacks.
kill them.
Gotcha.
That'll kill them. Yeah.
No, we found out later that I guess that litter, they had a few that had heart problems or something.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animals.
It
are-
was quite the whoa
Yeah, that sucks.
though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get too morbid, but I mean, I do, but maybe not on the podcast. But having an animal kind of die unexpectedly, or even very close to you like that, it's very different than having to take them to a vet.
Oh,
And
it's
Oh,
listen
yeah,
to that.
Yeah.
I get, and like we said at the beginning of it, it's the
Yeah.
the tragedy of it versus the
Yeah.
okay, it's time to go,
Yes.
Mhm.
or B, it's like you've prepared yourself because your animal is that old. So
yes.
for the past year,
Yeah.
you're like, within a year we're gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
So let's kind of.
Yeah,
Yes.
You
Began.
still can be sad. You can
Oh,
still
yeah.
do that kind of stuff, right? But
Sure.
it's definitely a different kind of
Very
sadness.
different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Began died in our hands but it was a couple of years coming. And the fact that he lived a couple of years with a massive engorged heart murmur
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
was impressive. I mean, it just though I don't want to go through the details because I'll start crying. But it was really, really hard. But and after what's funny is because I didn't raise Began. I only knew him in the last 5 years of his life. But I was I just like I don't want to get another dog. It's like this whole experience just tanks you, right? Like fuck this.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird. And then it was funny because I resonated with somebody else. And I know when we talked about it, you pretty much had the same sort of opinion that I did. But I remember a friend of mine, they lost their dog shortly before we did. And then like 3 weeks later had a new one. I'm like, I couldn't do that. I just
Yeah.
couldn't. But the thought in my head was after Began had passed and, we all grieved and all that sort of stuff. I thought, I don't know if I want to go because I saw the bond between Becca and Began. It was very special, like you and Toby. And,
Yeah.
And I thought I'd like to not go through, or I'd like to go through my life with hoping to, raise a dog myself and in as an adult or whatever. And that's what Jackson's turning out to be.
It's a weird choice to make because it's not like giving birth to a human or
Mm.
being born. It's you're choosing to put yourself in a situation where that's inevitably the outcome.
Yes,
Is
it's going to happen.
You're going to have to go through these emotions
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
at some point in this experience, and you just hope that it's later rather than sooner.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a fucked up scenario that we get ourselves into, but at the same time it's like having kids where it's
Yeah.
incredibly rewarding.
It insanely so.
Right?
Yeah,
having
definitely.
those companions and that kind of interaction with another species.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
Right?
we can all agree, out of all these kind of mini horror stories we told about, or tragedy stories about animals, our lives are better with them in it than without.
I enjoy the memories I have
Oh, yeah.
of the
Yeah.
animals I've had
Exactly.
that I guess were interactive
Mm-hmm.
animals.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was cool to watch lizards eat and shit like that, but it's like,
Yeah,
I could go to Dave's house and be like, oh yeah, that reminds me of having
Yeah.
a bearded dragon. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and you move on.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
But having a cat or a dog,
They're more personable.
yeah.
And the bond is different. It's
It's-
very different when you spend time. And, it's I don't know how to describe
Well,
it.
it's probably the level of intelligence or the level of expressed intelligence in that animal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas, we kind of do know that reptiles and amphibians, fish, don't really connect even with their own kind
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Varying degrees. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of species like that where they'll fucking dig a hole in the ground, lay some eggs, I'm out. That's it.
Yeah, they're done.
They never see their mother
Mhm.
Yep.
after hatching from an egg, right? So
Yep.
there's no need for
Right.
that connection, whereas mammals, it seems, are the largest.
Yeah, rabbits.
part of our DNA.
Oh, rabbits, man.
Oh,
I
good
had,
call.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rabbits.
I had a buddy named Greg, and the cats played with him. The dog played with him.
Yep.
There was never any sort of predatory instinct that really kicked in.
Yeah, the
The
rabbit
other
that
animals,
the
yeah.
kid has now. Again, not my responsibility, but in the morning
Right.
when I go to wake Sam up, I will go over. The rabbit starts running around in circles.
Oh yeah,
Running around in circles. I'll go and pet, and we do the nice little cuddle pet.
Uh-huh.
And yeah,
rabbits know for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Rabbits are
Sure.
quite intelligent, more intelligent than people
give him cred.
definitely give credit.
Our old high school buddy, Russ, remember them? Their pet rabbit, and that was the first time I saw
Yeah, I forgot about that thing.
completely domesticated
Mhm.
pet
Around the house.
around the house. Yeah,
Yeah,
Went
that
to
was
the
our
litter.
rabbit.
yeah.
He,
And I was just like, whoa.
he went in his cage to sleep.
Yeah, there you go.
essentially,
Yeah,
or get away from the rough housing.
I can't remember the rabbit's name, but like had own like its own bed and just
Mhm.
whatever. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know
we had
that
like a
was
little,
thing.
almost like a
Yep.
litter box for
Yeah.
him and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem I've ever had with rabbits, the
Mm.
current and the previous one that we had, cables. So
Oh yeah,
cables.
that's a problem.
And the
Yeah.
little pellet dukes that they drop every time they fucking bounce.
that one I less where
Yeah.
it would happen.
Well, it's because it's
that one.
it's not smushy duke.
Yeah,
You just don't want to mix them up with chocolate.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh no,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
don't
because
do
they look
that.
like little.
Little-
Fucking,
yeah,
it looked like at least the rabbit I had. It looked like mini Cocoa Puffs.
yeah.
But
Oh, no.
again, it's not smushy. It's not
Right.
smeary.
Yeah, no,
So it's
Yeah.
it's pellety.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for me, it was always cables. That I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
have the rule of rabbit stays in the. It does have the larger cage.
Sure.
I can't remember the type of thing that it is, and she doesn't try to get out. Because to
Right.
be honest, she could easily go and go underneath
Yeah.
to get out, but doesn't try.
Yeah.
In fact, even I played the game with her where I'll pick up the cage, move it because it's all bendable and shit,
Yeah.
and she's out of the cage and she just sits there.
Oh wow.
The rabbit's just
Wow,
like,
wow.
I'm frightened. There's freedom.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's a Stockholm syndrome artwork right there.
I think so because the rabbit will not run away or do anything of that.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny on that regard.
they know their food source.
That's true.
If I had the room, I'd probably have a pig.
Yeah.
Apparently
Not
they're
allowed to
quite-
in
apparently
London.
They're quite intelligent.
At all?
Nope.
Okay, so I got to tell you guys.
If I had a farm, I could.
Yeah,
Yes.
could.
Dave.
Yes.
I went to a when Bex and I were traveling through the U.S. We went to a what do you want to call it?
farm.
But yeah,
A
but
petting
like
zoo?
a humane farm.
Petting zoo.
No, but you could pet them, but it wasn't a petting zoo.
So it's a
Uh,
pity.
Basically, what they
a
do-
free range petting zoo.
What they do is
I
they
do like free range
rescue
meat.
Yeah, me too, actually, very much so. Which is why, anyways, they basically rescue animals,
Oh, okay.
and they go here, and they have
Sanctuary.
yeah, but it is a sanctuary, but
Oh
I
my
can't remember what
God.
it's called. It's called something else.
Rehabilitation center.
Yes,
Rehabilitation
Jesus.
sanctuary.
So they the pig that was their main pet was
Okay,
their
yeah.
little domesticated pig, and he was so cute. It's just like having a dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Pig
they're,
form.
they're apparently they're super smart,
Mhm.
and when you take the mud away from it, apparently they're very clean animals.
Insanely so. Yep.
Yeah, they prefer to do their business in one area,
Yeah.
even in the pens.
Nice.
Yeah, like
They had these what are they? Some sort of special turkeys that they rescued, and
the eaten kind.
no, they weren't, but they were so affectionate.
Huh,
Weird.
interesting.
Yeah, you sit down,
I
hang
don't
out.
think
They
I've
come in,
ever-
they put their head on you, and they want you to pet their stroke their neck and stuff. Like this is really strange. Yeah,
That is really
That's
weird.
for a bird. Yeah,
and cows. There was 2 cows, motherfuckers acting like dogs.
I've heard
running
I've
around.
heard this of cows.
Yeah, it's
That-
wild.
They're very personal
Like
personable
it's
creatures.
to the point, like because in the short time that we were there, the few hours we were there, we bonded. Like if for whatever reason those cows ended up as steaks, I wouldn't have been able
I wouldn't
to
be
eat
able
them.
to
I
eat
couldn't
you.
have done it because I'm like, I just
I think
bonded.
that's probably
Depends on
why
the
I'd
quality
never
of
be
the
able to be like a food farmer. I'd have to be like a hobby farmer.
Fine. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
does
if it was a Wagyu cow,
Wagyu,
Well, that's what I
yeah.
mean. Like, if it's a really nice cut that I couldn't normally afford, especially in this day and
Uh,
age, like even just thinking about a steak is going to cost
for
you
sure.
$15.
filet
Yeah.
mignon.
Yeah.
I guess they were rescued from 4-H programs because that's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing. You've
Yeah,
heard of that.
I don't know if I'd be able to be a food farmer unless it was like a farmer of grains or corn.
I'm more of that. As much as I
If it
joke
was
about
animals, it would probably be like a hobby farm where it was like I have chickens that just live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, I eat
Just
the
hang
I
out.
have a
eggs.
horse that just chills out.
it. Yeah, I might eat the egg still. I will
They're
admit.
unfertilized. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
But like horses too,
Mhm.
they're like big dogs.
They really are.
They're
Yeah.
very much like big dogs,
Mhm.
and they have the same sort of affections and attachments to humans
Yeah.
as a dog or cat.
Shout out to my friend Krista. She has 2 horses, and they know their mom.
Oh yeah,
Like they know.
Oh, yeah.
her. Holy crap! Like to see, like I would go up and pet them, and it's fine. But then as soon as mom's there, whoa.
Oh, they get the way they get excited,
Crazy
jump
excited.
in, yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
I have to admit,
for
that's
sure.
still something I've never done in my life. Rode a horse.
at all.
Oh, horses are
Never.
crazy.
Oh, dude,
Cool
we got to
beasts,
make
man.
that. If you, that's a
Yeah.
bucket list thing. You should do that.
That's fun.
yeah.
I've never
It's a lot
done
of
it.
fun.
We should do that. We should make that a thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. It's just I've never had the opportunity or anything.
I think it's a
like
good
not even.
experience.
I've
Try
never
it out.
even done
It's
a
neat.
pony
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the fair. Never even done that.
It's been, you know what? It's been a while since I've rode a horse, ridden a horse. I loved it.
Roided?
I've actually want to do it again because it's something I've
It's
done in
an
a while.
interesting connection
Mhm.
between a human and an animal when
Yeah.
when you have to actually pay attention to the symbiotic nature of you riding a horse,
Hmm.
right? Because you have to kind of be cool to the horse so it doesn't fucking throw you off or go running and you
Yeah.
fall or whatever, right? And the horse kind of has to be cool to you because
Yeah.
it doesn't want to,
Hmm.
get hurt or
Yeah.
scared or it wants the food when
Well,
it gets
you're
back to the
fucking-
barn kind of thing,
He's
right?
got you on his back. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Like imagine someone just fucking jumps on your back. You better have a special bond with that person for them to stay on you.
with a backpack
With a
on.
backpack
Yeah.
on, exactly.
Jumps on your backpack.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right, AJ. It's
But yeah,
very-
it's a really cool
Yeah,
yeah.
I've never done.
I
sort
agree.
of thing.
Well, then we'll make that a thing. We'll make
There
that,
we
yeah,
go.
That's our
Next-
spring thing.
I'm gonna say more for the
Figure that
warmer.
out.
Yeah,
weather.
yeah, we're not
of
doing it
course.
now. No. But
But
we'll
yeah,
yeah.
even just to like fucking walk around in a circle.
Oh, yeah. Go to Circle R Ranch or some bullshit, whatever. Yeah.
You can go on trails, but yeah, even just to walk around in a circle with a horse.
Yeah.
I do like to rock around
kinda-
the clock.
Rock around the clock, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna ask my last question.
Okay.
Dream pets. Like if you had, the room and the money and
A dragon.
a real animal.
It's a real dragon.
Yeah. So you get a Komodo dragon.
No, a real one.
There's no such thing. As
You
a
don't
real
know
dragon.
that.
I do.
You know.
I do.
You know what? All my dream pets, I've always kind of dashed them. Like forever I wanted to own some sort of monkey or some sort of ape. But like the reality of actually owning one, it's not fucking Ross and his fucking cappuccino monkey.
yeah.
You know, and it's not that.
No.
It's definitely it's a fucking
It's a child.
It's a child.
Yeah, with limitations and communication.
And it's wild. It can throw shit at you.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like raising a child with certain mental and emotional limitations.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Without being
without
too
the
harsh
loyalty.
about it.
Like they don't have to be like
that too. That too, right?
Yeah.
It's there's mental limitations, there's emotional limitations, because you can't necessarily teach a monkey how to govern its emotions on how it's feeling. It's just gonna do.
That's right.
It's pissed off, it's gonna fucking hit you.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have that fact that, especially if it's a bigger monkey or ape or whatever, the strength that it's probably stronger than you and could rip your face off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I get you there.
Yeah.
Because
they're cool. I don't think
I once had the same dream
Yeah.
as a child. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, a monkey would be cool.
Yeah. I remember when I waking up and it dawned on me that was just not going to be a possibility. And I felt crushed. I'm like, but you can't. You can't.
Doesn't
can't
make
do it.
sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Reality sets in.
If you like lived in some area where you could have them be free range, but that's not the same as really being a pet.
Yeah, that's more of a
zoo.
chum, chum that comes by. It's like having a, it's when people say, I have a squirrel as a pet. No, you leave fucking peanuts out on your windowsill.
Right.
And this fucking squirrel comes up and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your pet. Yeah.
It's not your pet.
Now, like, case in point,
it's
like
your companion to a degree,
like,
but
you think of Tiger King. I don't think those were pets. But Mike
Oh, no.
Tyson and his fucking tigers, those were his pets. Those cats slept in his bed with him.
yeah, but I even think still at that now we're gonna get into eugenics and shit like that, because there's breeding, right?
Yeah.
And that just hasn't been bred out of large cats like that. I don't know if I think just like Siegfried and Roy, those were their
Sure.
pets. Those were
Yeah.
their pets. One day, one thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than
Yeah.
your cat.
And if you ask,
not even because cats are incredibly unpredictable.
for sure, and
They're
if
way
you
more
ask
unpredictable than like a dog.
Mike Tyson, when he talks about it, he says exactly that. Like he's like, he loved it. He loved his animals, and he did what he could to give them a great life. But just exactly what you're saying, like you don't fucking know.
So yeah, he treated them like pets in the respect that he gave them and
Right.
and the affection that he showed them.
Right.
But they weren't pets.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I hear you.
Whereas
I hear
like
you.
even domesticated cats, that's still something that's not
Well-
not even necessarily a thing. A cat will turn on you
Yep.
quicker than a
I
fucking dog. man.
firmly believe that if any of your house cats, because I don't have a house cat, if your house cats were like 80 pounds, 100 pounds, they would not fucking listen to you. You would turn into their plaything.
Oh yeah.
You would turn into their toy.
It's
Well, and that's-
possible.
I almost a guarantee, because like they have no real loyalty. They don't.
There's
That's not really their thing.
My cat's
Yeah.
loyal. No, she
know.
is. She suck you up. Like as soon as I come in the house, she'll come upstairs and sit down with me.
Yeah.
As soon as I come
I
in the
won't
house,
say
yeah.
but there is a truth to the joke that it's on their terms.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a dog where it's not necessarily on their terms. That and it's the history of the breed itself too, right? Like cats aren't necessarily pack animals, whereas dogs are,
Yes, that's true.
right?
Yep.
So it's that deep-seated need
Mm.
to, whereas a cat can be like, yeah, I'll hang out with you, but if you fuck with me enough, I'm gonna fuck you
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
right?
They
You fuck
remember
with your
shit,
cat
man.
enough,
They
it will
fucking
swat at
remember
you.
shit. They remember.
She won't.
No.
No, ours won't. She has zero.
I thought that-
I wish there was an alternate dimension where we could have your cat at like another 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
that
no.
about I thought that about Nico once,
Yeah.
and I pushed it a little too far, and I gave him a raspberry on his tummy, and he bit my face.
Yeah.
Meh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And this cat, if you'd known this cat, was the laziest,
Yeah.
chillest cat
Yeah.
on the planet you could like, smush him and
Yeah,
play
yeah.
with his toes and all that kind of stuff. No, I crossed the
that's-
line. Man.
That's a
Yeah.
line crosser,
right.
Well, that's fair, but almost with anything, that sounds like you crossed a line, dude.
I feel like my dog would warn me before
Yeah.
he bit me,
I'm pretty sure Jax would definitely be like, "What the fuck you doing?"
or he would
No,
whine.
Yeah.
he'd probably bite me.
Right? No, Trapper is a chicken head,
Yeah.
and he would let out a whine before he would.
Sure.
I think that's his warning.
Yeah, well, my cat would
Like,
definitely.
ouch, but do it again, and I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. On
Animals.
that note.
And on that note, should we can keep talking about pets, but I think we've said. Oh, do you want to talk about your dream pet?
yeah, dream pet.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
don't
a?
really have one. I don't think.
No.
I have to admit. Yeah, like and again, it's one of those silly old man things of. I would rather just be able to go back and chill with some of my old pets for a
Yeah.
bit.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, which is wrong because again, good memories all the times. But it's just, I have to admit, within my family right now, we've come to a family agreement, aka the wife and I have told the children, all the current pets continue to care, love, all these standard things. But once they have decided to move on, we're going to take a break from pets. Yeah,
We've decided the same about cats.
yeah,
Once York is moved on to
Mhm.
the next ethereal plane, that cat pee smell in the house is not a thing we want to
hmm
Yeah. Be away from that.
to try and enjoy
gotcha.
or not enjoy.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Dogs, on the other hand, it'd be one of those mourning period, and then probably
Get another.
search for another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
No, we're talking about getting another dog, so I'm definitely not in the same camp as you guys.
You're getting another dog.
Not now, but yeah, inevitably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that will happen, and we'll get more
Cool.
space and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah. What about you, AJ? Your dream pet?
I want an axolotl.
I thought you said a pig earlier, but an axolotl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You know
an
what those are?
axolotl? No.
Google that shit.
I think I've seen them before.
Oh,
They're the coolest fucking looking beasties.
It's not a liger. I want a liger. Those be cool.
A liger.
Yeah.
You gotta spell it right though, Dave.
I was gonna. I keep getting Axl Rose here.
One of these guys.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
I know. I would
Looks
pass
like
on that.
looks like a crazy sea dragon.
Well, why would you want one?
I don't want
Because
that.
they look neat.
Oh, okay, just because they look neat.
I'm one of those annoying cuddler guys. If I happen to get another pet at some point in the future, I would love a pet
I mean,
that I'm going to sit and cuddle with.
I guess I
I hear
have
you.
I have your dream dog breeds
Hmm.
that I would go for. So yeah, I have that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, again, for me, even I don't even care about the breed. The only thing I've noticed, and again through my experience, and I could be wrong, I don't like those small dogs.
No, I'm
Mm.
not a small yippy dog guy.
Yeah, because that's just it. They yip fucking
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, they're not my favorite.
They have
Yeah.
little dog syndrome.
Yeah.
And they want to attack everything.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I'll pass.
But no, like
Yeah.
we didn't have a specific preference when we were looking for, because when we adopted Trapper, we didn't have a specific preferences for breed or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like, to a degree, I guess, because there are certain breeds that are good with kids and aren't good with
Yeah.
kids and are good with, the either rambunctious nature of or annoying nature
Mm.
of kids.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, there was that kind of preference, but aside from that, it was like, whatever, as long as the dog's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah. And with Trapper, I think it was one of those like, yeah, meant to be sort of scenarios,
Sure.
because you could poke that dog 9 ways to Sunday, or pull on his lip, or flick him in the ear, or play with his tail or his feet, and he'll just, man, you should, some of the shit Max does, like he'll climb on him. Or not to like ride him, like if he's laying on the couch or something like that, he'll just kind of climb over him, or he'll like roll on top of him, or the
Mm.
dog will just sit there.
Yeah.
Like Max could do anything,
Yeah. He's good with it.
and it's another one of those like weird things we were talking about before. I think the dog knows Max is different
Sure.
than
Well,
than you and me, and
Mhm.
and he
Well,
knows there's something special
Mm-hmm.
about Max.
yeah,
right?
they
It's
they
interesting.
them playing, they when dogs play with each other, a lot of the biting, the aggression is them testing,
Mhm.
pressure and what they can get away with, yada yada yada. I think that starts to extend to people, because I see it in Jax too. He alters his behavior for individuals.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
With me, like Nikki doesn't like face kisses and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So no, Trapper doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't even try. But with me, lick, 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 lick,
Yeah.
lick, right? Or when we're playing, if Trapper feels my hand, my skin in his mouth, it's release.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there was never any sort of training
Yeah.
involved in that.
yeah.
It was almost like one of those things. Like he knows
It's understood.
Mm.
if he
Mhm.
pushes down any harder,
Yeah.
he's gonna hurt me.
Like there might be
He's gonna fuck my shit up.
there might be
Yeah.
a flash because of whatever ancestral, but it would never be a rational,
Mhm.
conscious decision.
Oh yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and there might be a nip that's a little
Yeah.
harder than
Well, that-
something.
I had a situation with
usual,
Jax where he
but
did that to me.
I
bit
don't
me,
think
and
it
I'm like,
would
what
be
the
a
fuck, Tom?
malicious
No, wouldn't
Mhm.
be.
thing with Trapper. But yeah, no, because Max's autism, I think Trapper knows that.
Gets it.
And again, it wasn't something that was ever trained, or we were never
Mhm.
like, no, don't do that. It was just as soon as he felt Max's energy, it
He
was like, no, I
behaved
got to be
and-
chill.
Yeah.
I got to be cool. I got to be able. This kid's
Mhm.
can do whatever he wants to me,
Yeah.
and I will kill anybody who tries to hurt this kid.
Hmm.
Like that's
Nice.
the attitude this
That's the
dog has. It's
loyalty.
weird, man.
Nice.
And again, it wasn't a trained. It's just like an instinctual
Mm-hmm.
pack
Nice.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's figured
Yeah.
out the roles of
In the pack.
the
Yeah, it's a good
humans,
way. Yeah, it's a good description.
right. So now
Yeah.
he's put himself in his role
Yeah.
of what he needs to do for each human,
Nice.
person, each member
Yeah.
of his pack. Right. It's cool. It's
Pretty
dogs
awesome.
are weird, whereas cats are just like whatever.
Yeah. Animals are great.
As Triumph, and we can wrap it up on this. As Triumph, the insult comic dog, and Conan O'Brien once sang to me, "Cats are cunts."
And you out there, do you have any pet stories? Did you like our pet stories? What are your favorite animals and what are your dream pets? We want to know. So please let us know in the comments about your pet fun and all that good stuff. For anybody out there that likes what we're doing and wants to support us, we'll have us buy me a coffee link that you can shoot us some cash to help keep the lights on, all that good stuff. And anybody out there that's not feeling well in the mental department, we just want to let you know that you're not alone and you matter, not just to us, but to those that are around you. It's important to talk about all that stuff, especially with the craziness of the world today. So we're going to have some links up for you to find any help that you might need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm to Dave.
Gibbles and bits and AJ.
Nice.
That's a fun
That was a good one.
distraction. You just got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
Take care.